I'm sorry, I'm giving an introduction of myself. I've got 12 years of experience, and I've worked in different MNCs like Accenture, Infosys, Wipro, IBM, and I've almost worked for 2 implementations and around 45 support projects. And I'm my presently I was working as a TL. Yep, that's it from my side. I wish to make this session as interactive as possible. I hope you're able to see my screen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, can anybody help me with SAP full form, please?
Suite for Hana? No, SAP.
SAP,
System application product.
yeah, it's systems application and processing. Please uh, avoid my misspellings. Okay. Okay. So, as we know, as somebody has worked in Tally, few are working in as accounts executive, so you would be working as manually. So, there are a lot of okay, okay, thank you. Okay, as we have a lot of ERP software, for example, Tally, next is Oracle, one of them is SAP, and so on and so forth. We have a lot of ERP softwares. Okay, so why particularly we are choosing SAP? SAP simply is like, SAP is implemented in those MNCs or companies which has a turnover of almost around about 50 to 100 crores or about something like that. Because it is like SAP is particularly implemented in these companies because they have different type of departments. Okay, so can anybody help me, like what are the different departments in the company or any MNC? It is like
Sales, marketing,
okay, sales,
logistics.
marketing, sales and marketing is one of the same, and okay,
Logistics,
logistics, okay,
finance,
okay.
procurement, my purchase department.
That's it. Thank you so much. That's it. Just for the introduction session, that is enough. And HR. Okay. These are the few I have just implemented. So SAP has two types. SAP are divided into two types. One is the functional. The other one is the technical. Okay. So in the functional part, simply I will say, like few people have done MBA as well. There was one of the person who have done MBA. So as we do MBA in finance, and next is HR or marketing or what? Please.
No,
Marketing, or we say international business, and so on and so forth. So simply we say the functional modules which we have into like which the specialization we do is particularly in the MBA. So particularly those are the functional modules. This is just an example I'm giving you. Okay. The other side is the technical part. Technical part, simply by the word we can understand, it is like a coding. If you have done engineering in IT field, so you would be aware about Java and HTML, JEE, and so on and so forth. HTML, yeah, and so on and so forth. So in the technical side, we have one of the most important module, that is ABAP module. That is a technical, that is totally a coding. Okay, and the functional. I hope you have understood what is the functional modules and what are the technical modules. Any question for that? Okay. So we come down above here. in the functional module, as we say, we have a finance department, HR department, procurement department, and sales department. So to bring all these departments into one place, SAP is a software which is being used into MNCs. For example, now HR helps us to make the payment to the employee. Okay. So instead of doing the calculations manually, how many leaves the person has taken, and what is, for example, the person's salary is 1 lakh per month. So what is, sorry, 12 lakh rupees per year. Okay, so what would be the per month salary? Instead of doing it manual calculations and running to the finance department, like we have done the approval for the of this particular employee, just go for the process, like make the check or anything by the draft, anything would be the way, bank to bank transfer. So instead of going through, simply software helps us out to calculate all those things, and it makes us easy manually instead of running and uh, time consuming. It is like this is this SAP software helps us to reduce our time. Okay, so simply in the sales and marketing, it is like one of the this thing is the module in the SAP. The function module is SD, that is sales and distribution. We say that. I'm just writing in a short form. In sales and distribution, it is like majorly the sales department. How the sales departments gets connected to the finance, like how much raw material would be first, the quotation, how we will collect from different suppliers the quotation, the raw material which we need. We will connect with different vendors and we will take out the quotation, would be which would be the best quotation. We will select that, and after that we will put down into the system all the details, and we will what would be the future requirement of the raw material. Everything stuff, SAP software will help us out, and the calculations and all the details with the tax processing calculations, everything, the system will help us in the SD module. Okay, which SD modules gets connected with finance. As further we will go on with the classes, you will surely understand this. I'm not briefing much right now. Now the next is logistics. This is the material management, which is one of the important functional module, which again connects with the finance. In the material management, simply like what would be the material requirement in the future. Again, like in sales, after preparing the finished product, how the going into the market, how the advertising would be done, all these things would be covering in the sales and marketing. In the logistics, what would be the requirement of the raw material, what raw material we would be needing, all those things will get into the system in logistics. Now the finance module, which we are going to learn right now. The finance module is simply, can anybody tell me here what is finance? A simple one liner. Anybody? Okay. Finance is simply accounts of yours. The incoming and outgoing of the cash. Okay. Simply whatever you would have learned in the accounts in the BCom, or even if you're aware much of basics of the accounts, and you would be able to easily learn finance. This is an evergreen module. Finance is never ending. It's a never ending module. Like, you will every time get a good requirements as you keep on updating yourself. It is a best module ever. Okay, I'm just going with this one line now, finance. I'm not putting down much focus on procurement and HR, as I've already explained manually. Any questions till now?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I hope everybody's clear and the session is good. Any questions, you can just straightforwardly simply ask, no problem. Just don't hesitate with any questions. Okay. Now, when SAP started, SAP started in 1972. There were a few IBM, few IBM employees who connected, and they started working. In fact, they developed this SAP software. I will later on, when we will start, I will, in the first class, I will give you a good SAP brief introduction. This is just a one line, and I've said you. SAP has been started in 1972. And right now, like SAP S4 Hana, it came down into market in 2010. This is the latest version right now, which has a lot of boom and which is never ending. Okay. Now, I'm going to simply tell you what we are going to cover out in the course. This is just a basic. I have explained you what is SAP, why SAP is being needed, where, in which companies and which MNCs the company SAP is being used. What are the types of SAP? SAP two types are there. What are the types of SAPs? And when the SAP was introduced, just a two-liner, I've given you a history. But as with the first session, I'm going to brief it more. Now I'm introducing you with the course content. So with the SAP course content, the first thing is like we are going to go through the SAP history. The second would be SAP methodology. What is SAP methodology? Anybody has any idea on this? Bhavna, Rinku, Hemant, anybody?
No, ma'am.
No,
No.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay. I will just send I'm just making this session very short and sweet, so you don't get much confused. SAP methodology is simply a method, like how the SAP gets implemented into any MNC. It is like, first, if you want to, for example, Tally, in the Tally, first Tally or any software, you have to make understand the SAP or any software, what type of business you have, whether it's a manufacturing, pharmaceutical, real estate, anything. So you have to first understand the business process of the company, and then you can explain the SAP system. What is the requirement of the business? These are the 5 steps in SAP as per methodology, which I'm going to explain you later on into the first class, or maybe it may go up to second class. And this is one of the most important interview question which is being asked. Yeah, surely. When we will start with the sessions, I will let you know in the mid, like what type of interview questions you would be getting. So I would just simply go in while going through the sessions. It is your responsibility to keep that in mind and jot it down with you. The third thing is like we are going to understand the enterprise structure. Sorry. Now, what is enterprise structure? As in the above, I was telling you, like what is exactly we have to make understand the system. What is our business process? Okay. So after understanding manually, the human will understand the business process, and then human will put those things into the machine, like into the SAP system. So the enterprise structure, just by the word you can understand. Can anybody explain me just by the words? Just understand what is enterprise and structure. Just try to understand by the words. Can anybody help me out? What is and what would be enterprise structure? Enterprise structure simply means we will say we have to introduce a company name, address, phone number, email ID, GST number, tax number, everything to the system. That is the enterprise structure. That is the introduction of the company to the system. How the system will understand this is a company and what is the financial year. Financial year could be Jan to December. It could be April to March, right?
April to March.
What?
It's April to March.
Yeah, it could be Jan to December as well. If you're working with the US client, so it would be Jan to December.
Jan to December.
Yeah, okay. So we have to explain, we have to put down all those things into the enterprise structure. There are almost 20 to 25 steps into this, which we will go one by one as we will go with the sessions. The next we would be covering general ledger. Can any accounts person can tell me what is general ledger? No? Okay, not a problem. General ledger simply, yeah, please.
Here we can post the transactions.
Okay.
Like individual ledgers.
Okay. Yeah. At a point you are correct. At one point you are correct. Thank you so much. General ledger simply I will say your rent account, whatever the ledgers you whatever the accounts we have in balance sheet, income statement, P&L account, and all the accounts which we have, we simply say that is a general ledger. Rent account, liabilities, assets, whatever the ledgers, different ledgers we create, those are general ledgers. So we will introduce our ledgers into the system, because without introducing the ledgers, you can't make the entries into the system. How the system will understand what are the ledgers required as per the company, as per the business. Okay, so this is the general ledger, just a one-liner introduction. The next topic which we are going to cover out is accounts payable. Can anybody help me with accounts payable, please?
जो वेंडर से हम लोग मटेरियल खरीदते हैं तो उनको मतलब उनका अकाउंट्स जो मतलब को बोलते हैं हम अकाउंट्स पेएबल बोलते हैं, उसको पेमेंट करना, उसको इनवॉइस बुकिंग करना, सब कुछ अकाउंट्स पेएबल में होता है.
Okay, yes, absolutely correct. Thank you so much, Rinku. It is simply we say what it is like from a vendor side, how we are connecting with different vendors, which raw material buying from a vendor, and what is the price and everything stuff, and how from the buying until the payment, like what is the whole process, we will understand in the accounts payable part simply, I will say you. And this links us to the FI and integration. Like how much material is required, and in the future, everything system will help us, and we will understand that how the integration helps us. FI and simply I will say that is material management. Above I have explained you that is logistics, material management, or we even say logistics to it. Okay, I hope it's clear till here. Any questions till here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. The next, just the opposite of accounts payable, we are going to cover out accounts receivable. It is again the link with SD, that is your sales and distribution. The full form of SD is sales and distribution, and in simple words we will say marketing. So it's just the opposite of accounts. It's just the opposite of accounts payable. Okay, In accounts receivable, simply we say from the customer, we have given a customer something on the discount, or we have told the customer to pay this much amount after these many days, and what are the discount we are giving them. Everything system will help us to calculate, you know, from end to end process we are going to understand in the system. And it's simply why it is getting linked with the sales and distribution. It is like simply how we will go to the warehouse, how the things we will do the advertisement and promotions, you know, what is the amount would be needed. Everything system helps us to understand. As above I have explained you in the sales and marketing. And the last topic for the FI, it is 7th. Sorry, there's one more topic. Bank accounting. Obviously, we are doing payment and we are receiving the payment. So we are going to create the bank accounts of our vendors, customers, and even for our company. So that we can make the payment and we can receive the payment as well. So simply we are going to create the bank accounts of all the vendors, customers, and for the company in bank accounts. The next is asset accounting. In the asset accounting, can anybody help me? What is asset accounting? No? Asset accounting, simply we say furnitures and fixtures, building, car, and so on and so forth. So as per income tax, every asset percentage has been decided by the depreciation amount has been decided by the income tax to us. For example, per year, the car depreciation would be 10%. So whether it is monthly basis, you want the system to calculate the depreciation of the car on monthly basis, or on 6 months basis, or on quarterly basis, or on like yearly basis. Systems helps us to calculate that. And even it will after 10 years, you know, you have decided, you know, after 10 years you won't be using this car. So what would be the scrap value? Scrap value simply means the sell of that amount of that car would be. Simply system will calculate for us what would be the scrap value of the asset in the last after 10 years. Is it clear? Clear? Any questions?
Yes,
Okay. The next would be cost. These are the topics of controlling. So I'm sorry, I won't give a single liner also, because as we will cover out all the above topics, then only you would be able to understand what is cost element and cost center. I'm just giving you the topics which I'm going to cover out for the controlling part. It is, I'm not explaining anything because you all would be getting confused with anything, and there would be a lot of confusions, like activity type, and a few basic of product costing. These are the topics which we are going to cover out, and I'm going to explain you simply, like SAP ECC was an older version, and the latest version which I have told you is SAP S4 Hana. So I'm going to explain you SAP S4 Hana. In above topics, where was the difference in both the systems? Like ECC is the older version, S4 Hana is the latest version. So we will learn in every topic what is the difference in both the versions. Like, so no need to worry. You will understand all the differences, and the things will, you would be able to learn to configure and to crack the interview both for the ECC and as well as for the S4 Hana. simply. So any questions? That's it from my side. Harish, I'm done with the session from my side. If anybody has any questions, please come forward and without hesitation, you can ask questions. No questions? Bhavna,
No,
Hema,
ma'am.
Rinku? No?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No.
Are we good to go with the session? Should we end the session? Yeah. Harish, you're there? Hello? Pramod, asset accounting, as I've already explained you, it is simply like a car or a furniture. So whenever you are going to buy a furniture and you want to calculate the depreciation of that, every year as you use the furniture, so obviously it is you will see some scratches there, or a polish has been come down or what like. So you need to do some repairing on that. So every year there is a particular depreciation amount described by the income tax. For example, depreciation amount is 5%. The system will calculate for us how every year how much the depreciation would be there of the furniture. That's it. Nothing much brief. I'm going to explain you more than this now. Okay, Pramod. Anything else? Okay. We will stop the session now. Yeah. Anybody? Is
Hello.
there? Yeah. Please tell me.
Yeah. Is as for Hana topics with
Your voice is breaking.
it's
Your voice.
module.
What?
Is as for as for Hana module.
Okay.
The topic is similar to ECC.
What? Please can you repeat out your question, please? In S/4HANA and ECC, what?
ECC, the topics are similar.
I have told you we are going to cover all these topics in SAP, ECC, and S/4HANA. I'm going to tell you why, in every topic what is the difference between ECC and S/4HANA.
Okay.
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 So you would be able to crack the ECC and S/4HANA interview questions both. Interview questions, so you will be able to crack it. Yeah, but it really depends upon everybody who will be joining this class. You have to practice, because without practice